Another mastermind hit. Another mastermind hit.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy 420. It's your boy Mastamynd here, back with another episode of 420 Live Ohio. Happy Friday. Good to see y'all again. Got a lot to go over today, so I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to get yourselves together. As always, what is everybody medicating on today? Please tell me. Make sure all my comments and everything are working properly. Hey, what's up, Alicia? Good to see you here again. What you medicating on? Yeah, because I don't want to get... Let's see. I'm trying to decide what I would like to have for 420 Live today. Let's see. So many choices. We're gonna go with Ice Cream Cake by Clutch. Thought I was gonna pull out a Woodward jar, didn't you? Ah, gotcha. So this ice cream cake, I will be doing a video on my feelings about this ice cream cake versus the Clutch ice cream cake. So make sure you like, subscribe for that, coming soon. And let's check on YouTube. I don't see any activities there. Doesn't look right to me, so let me just double check here with the YouTube, make sure that's working properly. If you're on YouTube and you're trying to talk to me right now, hold on a second. I'm about to go on the YouTube and just see what's going on here. Make sure it's working right. Yeah, see, hello. Yeah, okay, well, my name's showing up there. I see two people are watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going. Let's get started. So, first thing I want to go over is something, I haven't been feeling well, so I just want to give you guys a update on that. So basically, I had to get some x-rays on my back, and I found out the reason why my back's been hurting so bad is because I have something called bone spurs. I'm not gonna get all technical in it, but it's just kind of like something that happens to people over with old age. But you can also receive bone spurs from some type of trauma or injury to your back. The bone spurs that I have are in my lower lumbar back, and so kind of just drives me crazy. Kind of makes it hard for me to do stuff now. So I gotta take it a little easier, and I gotta do some exercise and physical therapy. And well, you can't do physical therapy, and it's the virus, so that's kind of hard to do. Let's see, grape head, sorbet's luster pod. How is that doing? That sounds good. Ethos hash plant Cresco. Really? Interesting. Hey Bill, Poochie Love. I've never tried that, man. I heard it smelled like dog doo-doo. Is that true, Bill? Does it smell like dog doo-doo? I don't know. Somebody said that's why they called it Poochie Love. I don't know. let's see. So next thing I want to go over, which is going across the top of the screen here, is that if you want to get engaged in this cannabis activism, advocacy or whatever, activism, or you want to get involved, the first thing you need to do in that process is to virtually attend the Board of Pharmacy meeting so you can find out what they're actually up to. So the next Board of Pharmacy meeting is set for November the 12th. I do not have a specific time yet. I will have that information available, and we will also make sure that you can watch it on my website or on my Facebook page. Hey, okay, now I know my comments are working. Willie's Reserve Cocoa. Ah, yes, that was pretty good when I had that. That was some good stuff there for sure. Yeah, so make sure that you subscribe to my website. You subscribe to my page for updates. I also want to let you guys know, if you haven't done it already, the home grow survey is ending on December the 31st. I'm sorry, December. I'm jumping way forward in time, folks. I'm just trying to get this year over. No, it's going to be October 31st will be the last day for the home grow survey that we put out with the Ohio Medical Cannabis Patient Advisory Board. So, if you want to participate in that survey, you definitely want to make sure that you get your responses in. I'm gonna do you all a solid, and I'm looking for it now. I'm gonna post a link to the survey in the comments here, so you guys can, if you can't find it, you don't have to go through all the troubles. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it up in here in this YouTube chat. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and slide into my Facebook here and bring it over to you guys in the Facebook, so you guys can see it there too. And this thing's kind of slow. Okay, there we are. Oh yeah, got some of that. Somebody got some of that runts, huh? I see that there. David got the runts. So yeah. All right. Everybody got the wheelie on here. Just make sure we got everybody's answers. All right, so the home grow survey is in the link. You can see it in the description. You can fill it out if you haven't already. Don't fill it out multiple times. Somebody said, I filled this out, I think twice. I'm like, no, don't do that. We only need you to participate once so we can give the pharmacy board an accurate number. So we plan on sharing the results of our survey publicly with everybody and with the Board of Pharmacy directly to show them the support that we have in the cannabis community of Ohio for home grow. So make sure that you do your part in participating in that survey and sharing it with other patients that you may be familiar with, that I may not be familiar with. And make sure, if they haven't already, make sure you tell them to make sure they tune in to the greatest Ohio 420 live show on earth every Friday at 4:20 p.m. Make sure you're there. So today, moving right along, the main topic of today's show is something we have talked about before, but we're going to talk about it again. And what that is prices. Prices in the streets, prices in the cannabis community, the whole nine. What smells like hay, Alicia? I missed that. Yo, vaping on the lemon oil and Larry OG. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff too. Both of those are good. Oh crap, oops, didn't mean to do that. It's weird. Won't let me see what y'all's talking about. I'm gonna have to go back in here and look and see what you was saying. You said something tastes like, oh, the eat those hash plant. You said it tastes like hay. Smells like hay. Okay, I had to go back in the comments to make sure I didn't miss what your comments were, Alicia. So, Poochie Love, last I smelled it. Ah, okay. I got it now. So, what I want to make sure that we cover here is the elephant in the room, as what my people would say. Obviously, a lot of people are currently on a mission to find Woodward cannabis. Is that true? Is that right? Yes, they are. And I like Woodward stuff just like the next person. But my problem is everybody in the program hasn't had opportunity to have access to it. Some people I know haven't even tried it. Have never seen wedding cake, never seen blueberry cheesecake before, never tasted it. Because the dispensary won't sell it. Part of that, I think, is the price. It is too much for the price, but it's not insane compared to if you buy 2 units at $45 a piece. That's still $90. You know, what I'm concerned about right now as pricing goes, is something we looked at I think it was last week when we were looking at pricing, is that we're seeing a lot of dispensaries that are keeping their price point in the 40s. And also we're noticing that, you know, the only time they get out of that 40 price point is when they have these sales. Problem is, you're having a sale, let's say on Tuesday, and everybody and their mama is running there, and their daddy, to get to that sale. And what happens is the dispensary can't keep up with that volume. So they're not answering the phone, they're not sending messages about orders being filled. And again, we go back to the same thing. Was it really a good deal? Or was it, even with the discount, was it worth all the headache? And sometimes, to be honest with you, I've had to go to another dispensary that was less congested and pay more, because I just cannot deal with the stress of all the shenanigans that go on at various dispensaries when it comes to answering the phone. To all the dispensaries in Ohio, I'm speaking directly to you. You should have someone staffed to answer your phone at all times. I should not have to call another dispensary in your chain to get to you. It shouldn't be that complicated to make a phone call. All these dispensaries, you should have a way for you to get through. And if you leave a voicemail, then they should absolutely contact you back. What I keep seeing too, when it comes to these pricings, is that, you know, prices will be marked down on select items for 1 or 2 days, and then they're skyrocketed or double the price the next day. I was very shocked to learn that people in Cincinnati were paying over $50 for a single unit of 2.8 cannabis. I think that's absurd that we're still seeing those prices. Those are the prices from the data program launch. Those are $500 ounces we're talking about. Whereas I've seen in other dispensaries, the prices are $35 a unit very often, but the THC is kind of low, but not always. I've seen something that's 24% plus THC be $35. So it is out there, but that's not readily available. So my idea is that we need to figure out a way to get prices more fairly even across the board. And we need to make sure that the products that are available in Columbus are available in Cleveland. They're available in Akron. They're available in Jackson. They're available in Elyria, Ohio. They're available in Toledo or Southie. These are all dispensaries, some of them that I haven't been to or haven't been to in a while. But when you've been to 30 Ohio dispensaries, you start to get the feeling of what's happening. When you tried every cultivator in the program, you start to get a feeling of what's happening. And you start listening to what patients are saying. And believe me, patients of the program, I am listening. I may not be reading all y'all comments right now because I'm trying to focus on what I'm trying to talk about today. But, you know, what I'm going to keep trying to work at here and chip away at is fairly equal pricing, or comparable at the very least. You know, I could see something being a $2 difference maybe, or $3 difference, but when it's a $10, a $15, a $20 difference, I would say that's a bit much. Yeah, so you hit another area that I'm not totally familiar with, Alicia, which is the botanist and wicked life. But see, we have a botanist here in Columbus. For the most part, it's not too hard to get through to that botanist. The problem with that botanist is the location isn't convenient enough for a large amount of patients to get to it, unless you're already downtown maybe and walking on foot, maybe. Your local dispensary had the new strains dropped by Woodward, but I would click on one from my shopping cart and it would say unavailable. And so, and that's another thing that is very frustrating, is when they get these high demand strains, like the Woodward strains, First of all, the price is almost the same all the time. It's $96 for 5.6 grams. So anyone out here that's watching my video and that is either wanting to get in the program or just comparing it to what it is in the street, that's essentially, you know, right about 20 a gram when you look at all the time involved in it. I mean, let's just round the 96 up to 100. 5 grams, $20 a gram is $100. So, you know, some people in the street might be able to find it for 10 a gram, 15 a gram. We look at prices in Michigan, their price point starts anywhere from 5 a gram up to 25 a gram. I've seen 25 a gram in Michigan. So, and that's up there. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, there are cultivators who are selling products at a good price. I'd like to thank you today to those cultivators. I ain't gonna name you, but you know who you are, who are selling stuff at a much more affordable price to what we're used to even in the street, and also who is providing us products on a consistent basis, meaning that I can look at almost every dispensary menu in the state of Ohio and I can see your product there. I don't have to search, or I don't have to drive an hour and 30 minutes to purchase your product. Other places, you're struggling, and I see that, and I don't know exactly all the metrics of the problems, but you know, if they want the program to be better, the first step in that is to be consistent about pricing, about products. If layer cake is generally $1.50 a half ounce, then I should expect to see it anywhere between $1.30 and $1.50. I should never look and see it for $1.65, $1.89, $1.99, when consistently over a period of 6 months, it's been anywhere from $1.20 to $1.50. You know, Woodward, I think people should get a break. I mean, a lot of people have spent a lot of money on Woodward. And when I look at Woodward, folks, I look at it like this. If I buy 2 units of 5.6, that's still not a half ounce. And I've already spent almost $200, 186. I'm not good at math like I used to be, but over 180 bucks. I do know that. And that's a lot for less than a half ounce, when we have some people who are selling the whole ounce for $200. You see what I'm saying? And then this whole tier system that is supposed to be going away, hopefully we will find out at the next meeting if that is the case, that they plan on getting rid of the tier system so that we can actually not worry about the THC numbers anymore. I think that will help patients make more informed decisions about products instead of constantly thinking, well, I better get the best bang for my buck. That's what I think a lot of times. If I can get the higher one with THC, I'm gonna go for it, especially if the price is the same as the one that's lower THC. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about when I say I see $45 tier 1 units. Hey, what's up, Captain Green Toker? Price gouging, yes, that's what it really kind of boils down to. And like I said, it is something that, you know, in order for us to change it, we have to collectively, when I say collectively, I mean we need to have all the patients in this program, and even some people who may be outsiders in the program, people who are on the fence about coming in, to help say the reason why I don't want to join this program is because, you know, I see that you guys are still maybe charging just as much as it is in the street. What's the draw? And so, you know, when we have 3 or 4 cultivators who are selling ounces for $200 or less, then we have something going on. But when we have most cultivators selling ounces for $3.50 and up, you know, we don't sound much different than any other source of where to get this stuff at the street or even Michigan. You know, as far as vape cartridges, I am seeing a price drop. I'm seeing vape carts now, half a gram for $36. That is getting closer to the $25 price point that a lot of people are interested in paying. And this is without the battery. So I think we're making progress on the vape cartridges. The concentrates are still too high compared to what they are in other places. Edibles, I'm seeing a price drop on edibles. Southern Ohio basically has 0 dispensaries. My friends and family are in Ironton, have to drive to Jackson or Chillicothe. A dispensary would do very well down there. I read somewhere they were going to put one down there that was part of the whole harvest situation. Now that might be true, Chris. And we need to probably look into that and find out if someone would like to do some research and find out what's going on with the harvest situation. I think that would also be a good thing to do, because you know, we only know vague bits and pieces of it, as far as there was some issues with the paperwork and that they wasn't being 100% truthful about who actually owned the company. That's the understanding I have of it. I don't have much more than that. I do know that some of the buildings are actually existing. I know that there was one, somebody said they scoped in Columbus that actually looked like they had activities going on in it. I don't know what that means, whether they're tearing the place down or building it up, because I don't know where it's at, but I'm gonna look into it. But also, you know, another thing that I think a lot of people are not aware of is you cannot apply for a new license for a dispensary at this time. If I'm incorrect in this statement, you can certainly correct me and send me an email at ohioCannabisLive@gmail.com and show me how we could get some more people to apply for a dispensary license. Because I see a lot of empty land, and I think that the state needs this money. So we need to have the great expansion of the dispensaries. We're at 52, I believe. We need to be more like at 100. We should at least have one for every county, I think. 88 dispensaries in 88 counties would probably make a lot of sense. And that would probably help out a lot with not only pricing, but something else I want to make you guys aware of that I found out through my recent sources and contacts is that there is a shortage in, you know, like shake and trim, things that are used to make processed goods. So we have a lot of processors in the mix right now. And so they're basically trying to get other companies to give them flowers. So we have companies that are processor only companies, meaning that they don't have a cultivation license. That means that they can't grow their own flower. That means they have to purchase their flowers from another Ohio licensed cultivator. And you know, with the way things are, a lot of the cultivators was smart enough to go ahead and get their processor license. Therefore, they really have no motivation to sell their processed trim or shake or anything else to a third party, because they can use it for their own processing. So then that creates a price shortage, and that makes things harder. Another thing that I'm aware of too, many of you have pointed out that you're noticing that your flower is not being cured for more than 30 days. I looked into that and investigated in that, and this all goes back into the whole pricing and shortage and stuff. What's happening is product is selling faster than they can keep it available. Also, as the temperatures change, this also makes it harder to grow cannabis in this climate. It can be done, but when you're trying to grow a large scale, not just like growing it at home, but on a large scale, you have a lot more variables when you're dealing with a larger square footage. So you need different ventilation systems, you may need additional lighting, you may need additional heat. There will be some changes you will see, I'm told, on some of the products as far as their quality of their maybe their numbers may go up, maybe their numbers may go down. I also believe that maybe some of these plants, you know, what I'm aware of from being inside these facilities, they all had mother plants, and then the mother plants made the babies. And I would assume that as those mother plants grow older, it is harder for them to make more mother plants to have a high, you know, good potency. That's just an assumption, not a true fact, but just my own opinion based on what I saw there. Is maybe some of these plants are dying out, harder to get those clones, and they may have to start over. When we look at places like Woodward, who you know, comes out with these limited edition strains, I could take you guys back to November of 2019. Gelato 33 from 2019. So the reason I'm showing you this jar is I'm telling you, this is marked as limit. This is supposed to be limited edition. Well, I'd like to see what happens next year. Well, if around November or so, you come back out with the exact same thing again, and maybe you add a few new names, because you did add some new names. We didn't have Runts last year, we didn't have Gushers, but we did have Gelato 33. I could pull it out from we had Animal Face 10. I know that's a big favorite. So we did have some new strains from Woodward, but at the same time, the other issue we run into was the price and availability. So, you know, that's that. I mean, we are where we are with it. That's what I'm saying. We need more dispensaries. They need more competition. Well, and that's the thing. See, there's a lot of variables. Let's go over that real quick about the variables and getting an extra dispensary in your community. First, You need to talk to your community leaders to find out what their feelings are about medical cannabis in general. So whether that's talking to your local mayor, your local state representative, or even your Congress or whoever, you need to speak to them directly and find out what their view is. You need to find out in your community, what is the consensus? Are you in a community that supports medical cannabis in Ohio, or are you in a community that doesn't support it? Because you may have to relocate. Because even though the pharmacy board themselves is not accepting new applications for cultivation, processing, or dispensaries, if we can somehow convince them to do so, even if you get that to happen, you still have to figure out whether or not your community, your county, your city, your town, your village, wherever you live right now in Ohio, will actually support the business being in their jurisdiction. There are places like in Michigan that go through the same thing, where the area doesn't support cannabis at all, and they basically refuse to allow it to operate in their jurisdiction. So we have the same exact type of situation here in Ohio, where you may live in Columbus, like I do, for example, and you think, well, Columbus already has 4 dispensaries. But another thing about Columbus is that we have a lot of suburbs and little areas like Canal Winchester, Reynoldsburg, Whitehall, Bexley, and these places consider themselves their own jurisdictions, their own cities, and there's certain things that they may not be comfortable with in their jurisdiction. Therefore, we may not be able to get those here. Even though I see lots of empty buildings around where I think a dispensary would be great. I'm sure you are driving around your community right now and seeing areas where you think a dispensary would probably be great. An old bank would be great to have drive-through service. That's what I envision. Don't be just stealing my idea, dispensaries, because if you do, I want my cut for that idea. But I'm just kidding. But at the same time, you get where I'm going with this. There are plenty of places to put them. And I believe there's people who have money who would be interested in supporting them. What we need to look at is what happened in Cincinnati with Have a Heart. Some people don't really like Have a Heart. I understand why you're upset with them. I've seen their menu and the prices are kind of high compared to what they are near me. However, one thing I can tell you about that dispensary that is different from, let's say, Verdant or Strawberry Fields, or any of these other dispensaries, is that Have a Heart is owned by the people in the community. It's a community-based organization where the community got together and built that dispensary and got it together. It's not owned by a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate like you may believe. It's owned by a church and some people who really care about getting this cannabis available to the community. That's why the dispensary is in the community instead of it being at the end of a highway or in the middle of nowhere, or in the middle of a Walmart shopping center, like a lot of them are. It's in the neighborhood. That is something that you have to look at. So, I would advise you to do what I'm doing. I'm trying to study how other dispensaries got themselves together, but even in the short run, we still have to figure out how to get the Board of Pharmacy to be able to open the door for us to have more business. And it's only a benefit to them because what other tax revenue are they bringing in right now in the middle of this pandemic? They're in the hole, I don't know what. We need to get we could take some of the money that generates from the medical cannabis industry and put that into decriminalization, Medicaid expansion for more people to get medical services that covers, you ready for it? Medical cannabis recommendations. We need to have that expanded into Medicaid. We need to expand Medicaid. We need to expand the indigent discount status to people who are actually freaking poor. Board of Pharmacy, your indigent status is biased because it's a word that means poor and needy, and not all people who are on Social Security are poor and needy. People who are on Medicaid and receive SNAP benefits are poor and needy. And it's already been confirmed by either the local county or the state. So these people should automatically qualify for indigent status simply by showing their Medicaid card or their food SNAP card to the Board of Pharmacy. This should be easy peasy to resolve. But instead, they focused in on offering the indigent status to retired state employees so they can save money. Sounds internal to me. I'm sorry, it just does. Doesn't make sense to me why other people were left out in that particular decision. And it has been brought up, so don't think I ain't said nothing. Other people have said things. We are fighting for it. We're gonna keep fighting for it to get more people access to indigent status. I think that's an important part of the price problem. There are many people who are very poor and very sick right now, and they simply cannot afford $100, $200 doctor's visit, $25, $50 state visit, gas to drive to the dispensary, time and patience to sit in line for an hour, then get in there, and then gotta go through all this stuff. These people gotta hand them this money. If you ain't got enough money, then you gotta go to the ATM. You gotta pay the out of network ATM fees. It's a lot going on. It's exciting to be able to purchase medical cannabis, and we're all thankful for that. But we have to make it easier, and making the prices a little bit higher and making the access a little bit harder surely ain't working. When will the petition for home grow we need sign be turned in? We don't have a petition for home grow right now. We have a petition for home delivery. And I ain't stopping until I get like thousands of signatures on that guy. So we got a long way to go on a delivery petition. Home grow, let me explain the petition thing. Part of the reason why I'm not rushing to put together a home grow petition is simply because I need to be able to show that we have the numbers. Just so you know, you need a lot of signatures on a petition to get it onto a ballot, to even get it considered. Like 400,000 registered voters. The current home grow survey has 500 responses from 500 people. That's not even nowhere near close to even get it on paper. You hear what I'm saying? So for those out here who really want Hope Medical Cannabis Home Grow, you need to fill out the survey, and you need to be contacting me and figuring out how we can organize. Because if we can't get thousands of people to support it, it's not gonna happen. Do you hear what I'm telling y'all? All these people posting on Facebook about home grow and wishing for home grow, that's not going to work. I've already proven that. So in order for you guys to get home grow, like I know a lot of you want who are watching this video right now, we have to come together. All of you. This means everybody who does have their card right now, and this means everybody who does not currently have their card. If you are interested in being able to home grow your own medical cannabis, then you need to be filling out this survey. You need to be trying to organize, and you need to be talking to your local leaders, and you need to be emailing your congressperson, whoever your district representative is. Complaining to Facebook is not enough. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? It's not gonna work. Complaining on Reddit is not enough. All right, so moving on to the last part of today's show. What I want to make sure you guys are aware of, I want to keep this discussion going. So I've set up a specific, a forum, a message board, whatever you want to call it, to basically make sure that, we have a place we can talk more about this. We could talk about the prices, we could talk about the home grow, the whole thing. So, hold on a second. Let me see. Wait, that didn't work. Okay, so hold on. Make this bigger. Now, I'm just reminding y'all again by showing you that this is the advisory board meeting. So mark your calendars right now while you see it on the screen. Let me go back to, so here's my website, ohiocannabislive.com. And here is the message board. So let me start over so you can see how I got to that. If you go to my main website, you're going to come on here and you're going to see the videos. By the way, we did update the website, and we do have some other people who are making videos who will be featured on my website. So all the videos on my website will not just be mine. You will see other people from Ohio who have come out of and started doing their own review videos. Now, something else I'm going to talk about while I'm here is we have this group button. When you hit this group button, this is basically the same thing that we have on Facebook, except for you guys are not already members, but you should be, because on this, okay, on this one here, we could do something you can't do on Facebook or Reddit and all them other places. We can post deals. You see that? You can post deals. If you find a deal, you can post it here. But if you don't want to do that, when you go to my main page, go over to more and then go to message boards. Okay. And then we have cannabis talk. So we have a lot of different topics. So we have the Ohio medical cannabis prices, which I created this today for you guys. And we have the patient issues, where you can talk about patient issues you want people to really read about and know about. You have the Ohio grower feedback. If you want to talk about how you feel about Meigs County or some other company or whoever, you can do that in here. We also have education. If you find some information you want to share with the cannabis community you think will be helpful, we're going to put it in here. You can talk about it here. If you want to talk about concentrates, you love talking about dabs, rosins, and whatever, we got a place for that here. We have in the dispensaries help section, which I hopefully one day will have it set up to where the dispensaries will be monitoring this forum to see if they can, you know, help address issues that patients may be having with a particular dispensary. I think that will be useful for them to be able to engage with us in a more isolated platform besides Facebook. As you may or may not know, LLC owners are not allowed to respond to patients on social media. This ain't social media. This is Ohio Cannabis Live. So we're not Facebook, we're not YouTube, we're not Instagram, we're not Twitter, we're not TikTok. We're Ohio Cannabis Live. Y'all hear me? So if you want to talk about edibles, everything including whatever kind of concoctions you call yourself making with your legal infused medical cannabis products. So like if you bought some honey or some olive oil or some strawberry jam and some peanut butter and you made something, we would love to see it here, and you can tell us all about it here. You will not be censored here. The only rule on my entire website that is the most, well, there's a couple rules. Okay, first of all, you better respect everybody on here. If you disrespect somebody, you're gone. If you use racial slurs, you're gone. You start talking about politics, you're gone. We don't do politics. We don't do that here, okay? We don't do spam. We don't do message pop-ups. We don't do forced marketing campaigns from other sponsors. There is no sponsors here. What you see is what you're seeing here. So make sure that you remember that when you come here. You know, if you want to talk bad about a grower because you're not happy with them, this ain't the Bash Your Grower website either. So, you know, constructive feedback, negative feedback is totally fine, but this isn't bashyourgrower.com. So if you have feelings about growers, you're in your feelings about the growers, what I would love to help you do is help you contact them and tell them to their face. Tell them to their face. Don't just tell the internet, tell them, because that can help them improve. You'd be surprised how much feedback from other patients has helped improve the program. So giving feedback is very important, okay? So these are all free. No one has to pay anything to be on my website. You do have to register, you do have to sign in, but you can sign in with your Facebook or your Google account. We do not share any information here. I do not expect you to put in your real name when you set up your profile. That is fine if you choose to, but it is not a requirement of my website. So if you would like to remain anonymous here, you can most certainly do that, and that is fine. Like I said, you just need to respect everybody. Don't make any racial comments. Don't make any political comments. And you cannot sell anything here either. So do not try to sell your vaporizers here. I'm gonna create a place for the selling the vaporizers and other equipment in a different place. But do not try to sell things here, promote black market. We don't allow none of that here. But if you want to have a conversation because you are still in the black market, that's a different story. If you want to just talk because you are someone who doesn't have a card yet and you want to learn more and you want to talk to patients, I'm totally okay with that. We'll welcome you with open arms. So if you're someone who wants to know more about medical cannabis and you want to talk to more people than just me, then you are more than welcome to do that. That's not going to be a problem here. All right, so that's that. So that's the website. You went around when the first time the signature's okay, yeah, and like I said, we still didn't. I mean, everybody didn't have enough. You know, we needed 400,000. Then the COVID-19 came, and that stopped us, because we was the one that was regulated like alcohol. That was the initiative that I was behind, and we're gonna try again. So we ain't gave up. Just so y'all know, it ain't over. We just got to reorganize because of the virus. Okay, gotcha. It was just a survey. Yes, it was a survey, but it's going to lead to a lot more than just a survey, Bobby. We ain't done yet. All right. Thank you, DB. I appreciate your feedback on the survey. I go to Eagle dispensaries. I get 30% ending status, which helps me a lot, but it's an hour drive. Yeah, you know, and so for me, you know, driving long distances is bad on my legs and everything. And that's another reason why, just so you guys know, for folks up in Canton, Cleveland, Bowling Green, Toledo, Elyria, Ohio, Leaf Relief, all you guys up there that have not seen me yet, I just want to make sure that you understand that I am still coming to your dispensary and I will still do the reviews. And also I want to let Ohio Valley Natural Relief and CY in Wintersville know that I will be coming back to your shop for a follow-up visit, because at the time that I was there was my first time there, and I had not established Ohio Cannabis Live at that time. Therefore, I did not ever do a review at your shop properly like how I do on all my other ones. Therefore, I have to come back to your shop. Even though I've already been there, I do want to let you guys know that I will come back, and when I do come back, I will call first. So all the dispensaries that I haven't visited personally yet, I am coming, and before I come, I will call your dispensary first and let you know that I am coming, so it won't be a surprise. But then again, maybe you want me to surprise you and just show up out of the blue. I don't know, you tell me. I look forward to hearing your feedback, dispensary owners. Botanist is like 5 minutes away. Yeah, see, that's heaven. I mean, you could sound like you could walk there, Alicia. You got it made. Can I come where you live at? I'm kidding, but I'm just saying. I mean, 5 minutes away. That's bliss. That's heaven. That's heaven. Hey, Space Maker. Good to see you here. So yeah, we just been having a discussion about prices today, and you know, I think that we've covered a lot. You know. We're going to talk about it again, and also want to let you guys know, as far as people coming on the show as guests, we're still working on that. So what's going to probably happen, hopefully next week, we'll do some test runs. So if you guys want to help me with that, you may see me come on live. It probably might not be at 420. It may be just at some random time when I've got everything up and running, and I just want to test it. So if you'd like to help me do that by just jumping on and saying hi and hanging up, or even doing a voice call, that'd be great to help me test everything to make sure that my microphone and everything works properly while I'm engaged in the live feed. Because that's the biggest issue I'm worried about right now, is just making sure that when I'm talking through the Zoom, that you can all still hear me here on the live, because it's two different platforms running together. So I did it once before, we tested it and it worked. So we know it does work and it is possible, but I still have to practice it to make it like the news channels, and that's where we're trying to go to. So if you're thinking about getting on the show and you want to talk about something about cannabis, be thinking about what that's going to be, and then just send me a message and let me know at ohiocannabislive@gmail.com, or through Messenger, or even comment on this video, and we'll set something up. We'll figure it out. You know, so that's the plan there. So, you know, if you see me popping up live next week, know that we're just testing stuff, and you know, if you want to get on the test and just say hi and, you know, medicate one with me, then, you know, I'd be happy to see you and have you here. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap today's show. Like I said, there are some more reviews coming out, so make sure you do your very best to hit that like and subscribe button for me, like right now, so to make sure that you're not forgotten. Make sure that you get the alert. There it is. There's the button. Ding, 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 ding. Nah, so make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and I will be back again soon, sooner than you think. Thank you for all people that have been supporting my channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 820 subscribers. Let's keep the momentum going. Don't forget to wear your mask and vote. I'll see y'all later. Peace.